Hi, I'm Tia Cristy, and welcome to Journey to TEDx Wilmington. We are doing this, it's just an exciting day. I mean, it has been such a whirlwind of people coming in. It's been a revolving door of brilliant mind after brilliant mind, spreading these ideas we're sharing. I mean, it's incredible. And I am so blessed, I feel so blessed to have one of those brilliant minds sitting right next to me. Right here. His name is Gene. Hi, Gene.
How are you? Great to see you.
So good to see you. It has been a while since we've seen each other. I feel like it's been a year.
I think right here a year ago.
I think right here a year ago. And today you actually graced the stage. How did it go?
It went great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a little bit emotional there in the beginning.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. I was telling the story of my childhood and showed a picture of the building I grew up in Ukraine, and unfortunately now destroyed by missiles and bombs. So that was a little bit hard. I knew that if I can get through that, everything is going to be fine.
Smooth sailing.
Yeah.
I love that. Wow. I mean, give us at least the name of your talk and a little bit about what you talked about today.
So my talk is how 4 weeks of construction can change families' future for 4 generations.
Brilliant. I love that.
And so my main goal of the talk was to take a look at kind of history or just where we are. We have a tremendous housing shortage. Mm-hmm. It's due to wars, due to terrible inequities with all the homeless on our streets and our sidewalks, and also due to climate change that causes wildfires, hurricanes, earthquakes that are destroying hundreds of thousands of homes.
Yeah. And
so that's happening, and at the same time we're using the same methods to build new homes that we used 100 years ago.
Right.
So construction industry hasn't had any innovation. And
until you. Until you.
Lots of people are thinking about it. We're doing something about it.
You're doing something about it. And yeah, so TEDx is a platform where obviously you can't promote what you do, but on Journey to TEDx Wilmington, we're allowed to talk about it. And what you are doing is amazing. So you are basically making these tiny homes, right? And they're all recyclable materials, correct?
Sure. Yeah, we use recycled PETG in combination with fiberglass. Really important. I mean, one of the reasons we have this climate crisis is so much of the plastic is produced. Mm-hmm. Only 6% of it is recycled.
So you're taking like my water bottle home with you.
We're taking your water bottle, exactly.
Yeah.
And 150,000 of these water bottles can make a house. And why we started with tiny homes. Actually, you can build bigger homes. You can even build homes that you can build high rises with this. So the idea is, you start out with small ones, make sure it works, make sure it's safe. PETG is the material that's used in water bottles and food packaging. So it's a material that's been tested the most for safety for people. Mm-hmm. And then what 3D printing allows is you can combine PETG with fiberglass, with materials that are fire retardant, with materials that you have UV stabilizers so they don't fade. So you can add other materials that make it very strong. Mm-hmm. It's very inexpensive because you don't have to use lumber or roof or waterproofing. It also, pests don't like it, so it's resistant to pests.
So, Gene, I drink a lot of water. If I just start sending you my bottles, can we work out something?
Exactly.
Okay. I'll get a discount on a home.
Well, I mean,
they're beautiful. Oh my gosh, they're stunning.
And the reverse of this, you think about it, all the stuff we collect in our recycling bins. Mm-hmm. So we throw 20 pieces of plastic in there, only one of them is being used for something else. Right. The energy that's being used to sort it is even worse, makes environment worse than
Right.
us trying to recycle. So we got to figure out a way how to, A, have less plastic, and B, the plastic we do get, put something useful.
Right. Yeah.
And the beauty was what this process can accomplish is, 20, 30, 40, 50 years later, you can take this home and again recycle it. So it's really an example of the circular economy where you don't only think about how can we use something to make now, but you also need to think about how whatever we're going to make is going to be recycled again. That's a circular economy.
I love that. Oh my goodness. Thinking very big, sir. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so you were one of the pinch hitters that came in late to the game on TEDx, right? So you weren't from the beginning. You got called, what, like 3 weeks ago? Is this correct?
No, a little bit longer.
A little bit longer.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Maybe
had
3 months ago.
Okay, so you had a little bit more time to prepare.
Right.
How was that? How was your prep time?
The preparation, Dr. Dan, is unbelievable. You know it, right?
I know.
It's something very, I'm used to pitching my business, but here I had to be very thoughtful, careful of how to just promote the idea. And to really, so I do a lot of pitching, and when you pitch your business, you're sometimes given 3 minutes, but sometimes you're just given 1 minute.
Right.
And so it's almost, you really try to just highlight a few things, not go deep. What I love about TED Talk is you have plenty of time. I don't think I've used even half of my time today because I'm used to doing this 1 minute pitches.
Right. You get 18 minutes, by the way. 18, and that's it. And,
Right.
But for somebody that's used to 1, that's 17 more minutes that you're used to getting. That's correct.
And the funniest thing, so I just flew in this morning from Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, I know.
The reason I only did it today is because, so about 3 months ago, I talked to Dr. Dan, and he said that he'd love for me to do this talk. 2 weeks later, we get notification from this global organization. They looked at over 600 startups around the globe and picked 72 of the most promising ones, and never paying for the trip to Hong Kong. Fully paid. Flights, hotels, food.
I love this.
So I asked my business partner whether he could go do that because I'm committed to TED Talk, but he has 2 young kids and his parents came from overseas to visit them. So I said, all right, I'm going to do it. And so the competition was called Elevator Pitch Competition, EPIC, EPIC. When I get to Hong Kong, I realize it's a real elevator ride. So the tallest building in Hong Kong is 108 floors. An elevator to go from floor 1 to floor 100 takes exactly a minute.
Oh my gosh.
So I didn't know about, I just said, what was lost in translation? I've heard of it.
That's right.
Everybody knows the elevator pitch is what you say in an elevator. Well, here's a real elevator. So thank goodness, so it was just, people were selected who goes down, who goes up.
Right.
So my group was going down 100 floors.
Oh.
That was easier than going up. I don't know. It felt better. But
was it inside the building or was it like on the outside?
Inside the building.
Okay. So you weren't like looking out, watching?
No, you have a little circle, smaller than TED circle, and the 3 judges are right in the same elevator. So it's a little bit, as I was doing some hand movement, I almost hit one of them. And there is a camera and 3 judges sitting in the same elevator. So no windows.
Wow, this sounds like a game show.
Exactly.
It's
like a show. And instead of a clock that shows how many minutes. No, there is a meter that shows how many meters up. So it's like
oh my gosh! Pressure's on. We're on floor 78.
Well,
right?
if it would say floor number, it would be so much easier. But it was like going to like 320 meters.
Oh my
like,
God.
what does that mean?
How
so,
many meters do I get?
Yeah, so from doing that to doing this, it was really, people say, are you nervous? No, I'm relieved because
I'm relieved,
here I have time to,
I'm
plus,
just glad it's over.
I have so many friends and supporters in the audience. That's a huge.
Do. I'm so glad. Yeah. I'm so glad you were able to come today. I'm so glad it was so well received and that you are just spreading your message out there because it's such an important message. Love having you here.
Well,
love having you here.
Tia, thank you so much. And I really enjoyed the coaching and advice you've been giving during this process. And I love this beautiful,
this painting.
This beautiful
I know,
painting.
This painting.
What a great! I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Ori,
and
art by Ori, right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I love it. And
he was able to bottle me up in one painting. For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, he did amazing.
Just inspire. Before I leave, I'm gonna take a picture of you with this painting.
Absolutely, I would love that.
Yeah.
And see, that's the magic of TEDx, though. You never know what's gonna come out of it. And I did mine about 2.5, 3 years ago at this point, and it's still one of the main highlights of everything that I do. Yeah. You know.
No, I was here last year, and I was just blown away by what I've heard, the stories I've heard. I made some great connections last year with people who told their stories. And again, this year, I came in, my flight was, of course, a couple hours late. The organizers were so supportive. They were able to switch the schedule so I could go a couple hours later. But then I came in and heard Dr. Samuels do her talk, and I've known come in for a year. I didn't know about her incredible life story. I mean, it's
I know. She's amazing.
So Absolutely. It's I've met her, I've talked with her, I had lunch with her when she used to live in California. We went to see one of the homes I installed in her neighborhood. Mm-hmm. All this time, how come I didn't know that she was the first African-American woman fighter pilot?
I know.
Where was I?
Because she is so sophisticated and classy, and down deep, she is just a true badass.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, do not get in a fight with that woman.
But that's the beauty of TEDx. It's I'm sure many people today didn't know about my childhood and my memories, and it just seems like every neighbor, had shared a story of living in Kiev and then coming to LA, and of course now we came to LA because my parents loved walking. Now you can't walk without stepping over homeless. Then I moved to Malibu that was devastated by wildfires. People you generally, when you meet somebody, you don't have 18 minutes to tell them their story, right?
That's true.
You can say, I'm happy, I'm tired, whatever. You say what you know in the last 2 hours.
I'm just going to carry this painting around.
Right.
I'll be like, this is me.
Yeah.
This is me.
You already see the plane I fly and the love I spread to the world.
The race car, all
and
of that.
And I still want to know what 35 your race car number?
No, that's just one of my favorite
number.
Numbers. Yeah, so that's my number.
Very nice.
But thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you so much for your time and for
I'm giving you a
support.
hug.
All right.
Oh, thank you. All right, this has been Journey to TEDx Wilmington. We still have a couple more speakers, so make sure you check it out.